Alright. Let's get started with Disco Elysium. Let's get started with Disco Elysium. Let's get started with... Let's fix that real quick. There we go. So, Disco Elysium is an RPG and a detective story, and it's weird. It's very weird. But I thought that it would be a fun game for my first stream on here. So, let's make that just a little bit. No, we'll leave that there. Display mode. Alright. We'll do a new game here. We're going to create our own. Yeah. So I like that. I like that. And let's see, what do we want our signature skill to be? What is this one? Hunches and gut feelings, charm men and women. I think I want suggestion. And away we go.
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever.
Kinda want to see what happens if we simply keep on non-existing. Like, I don't think that progresses the story, but I want to see what happens.
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
Yeah, let's keep going down this rabbit hole.
You got it, sweet brother. Nothing upon nothing upon nothing.
Get some more of that sweet oblivion.
Coming right up, sir. Smooth passage.
Allons-y.
All right. Nothing town to fuck all borough. Do you want me to upgrade that to a one-way trip, sir? The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man meet around you. A sensation. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert. Hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
But I wanted the silence and the sleep.
You can take it. You're a champion.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache. A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
Yeah, let's get some pants on.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium key ring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door.
Alright, let's take a look at our hotel room. Okay. What's this over here? A reel-to-reel tape player still on, roiling empty. What does that do? Oh, okay. Shows us all the things. What is that? I'll take an empty cassette. Is that a shoe? Alright. Oh, nice. It auto-equipped for us. So we've got one shoe and a headache.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside.
Okay. Did I break it?
A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent.
Well, what did it?
More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact.
Yeah, what am I doing?
Something you've done before. It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist. The single green shoe you found fits the hole almost as well as your foot. It would have also been heavy enough if thrown with force.
Good God, how heavy are my shoes?
Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you could still find the other one on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your room.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was me, so I should go.
Cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold.
And what's this notification down here? Okay, we don't have a map. We do have tasks. I have a quest to find a shoe. Let's get this on. We're gonna mess with that fan here in a minute. Let's take a look at the tub. Wine, beer, and sweet liqueurs. Okay. We cannot open that door. Let's take a look in the mirror.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off.
Oh.
Hot water sprays from the base and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man.
No, you can't see that picture. There you go. That's what I currently look like. Right there. It's good times.
Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there. underneath the soft vapor.
All right. Nothing?
Really, all recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking. It was a deluge of world-ending proportions.
A deluge of world-ending proportions. Let's wipe that mirror.
As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it.
Touch it. Touch the face.
Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it.
Alright, how bad could it be?
Where to even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin.
I'm sure my tongue is okay.
It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers.
I mean, that sounds like a tongue, though, right? Like, that's how tongue should be. Maybe not swollen.
It's not. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. It doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you.
So the nose has absorbed drinks for me. Let's keep going.
Behold,
No, isn't he pretty?
you have no idea who this thing is, do you?
Yeah, what is this?
Whatever it is, at least it's dead now. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face?
I'm not making it. The face
Please
is
stop.
making it.
It's horrible. You're scaring yourself.
You can hear my dog.
You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face, and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
Nah, it's not sympathetic. But that's what I'm going with. I'm going with sympathetic.
There might have been, 10 years ago. It's little more than a cadaverous spasm now.
So what's really interesting is that this is formidable, and this is impossible. Let's see what happens.
Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now.
Okay, so I rolled an 8. Let's leave the mirror for now. Alright, let's get out of our apartment. Oh, hang on, we got some inventory here. Oh, where's my shirt? There it is. Alright. Can we pull the tie off the fan?
This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades.
It attached itself.
Or has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself to your neck so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world.
Oh God, that's amazing. We're gonna grab the tie. We're gonna do it.
You reach out to grab the tie, but what's this? Diffuse, radiating chest pain. Doom comes over you. This is bad. Feels like sharp stones grinding in your chest and keeping you from moving. For quite a long time. Still ongoing. Now is a good time to start worrying. Finally, the pressure recedes. You find yourself covered in cold sweat and trying not to move, hoping it will keep you from dying. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your... The lights are off.
Yeah, it sounded painful.
The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now.
Try it again. +3, now that the fan is off.
You swoop up and catch the tie.
Look at that
Snap.
roll.
It's released from the
God.
blade. Warning, warning. The necktie is no longer contained. What you have in your hand is a fantastically colorful tie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose.
Right. So, did it... Okay, so it automatically put on our tie. Is that right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah? No? Okay. Anything else in here before we leave? We tried that door. We looked at the glass. Alright. Here we go. Hobbling along. We'll talk to her in a minute. Let's grab some coins here. Excellent. 40 cents. Alright, we don't really need to see our character's face anymore. So we can just cover that up. The smell of the sea makes me dizzy. Well, yeah, I'm hungover. A gust of briny wind washes over you.
There they both are. 2 identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet. Like 2 baby crocodiles. Good, they're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told.
Alright, we got 2 shoes. -1 to save all fare. I wonder why. Okay. -1 to suggestion. +1 to electrochemistry. Like, yeah. You know what's up with those pants. Alright, is there anything over here? Okay.
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28.
No.
There's only one solution to this. You're a businessman.
What do you think? Should I trust it? Let's see what happens.
The young woman shakes her head slowly.
No. You're a police officer, sir.
Are you sure?
I am, yes. Unless you've been feeding us a set of very well-rehearsed lies all this time. You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less.
And what business is that?
Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
It's challenging. Let's wait for that. Let's go through. Let's see if we get a conversation tree. So why don't I remember being a cop or anything else?
Could it be because of the drinking?
Probably could be, yeah. Who in their right mind would let me be an officer?
Don't be so harsh on yourself. You let almost anyone be a police officer.
I mean, is this a social commentary?
A glib remark. Don't let it stand. Assert yourself.
A fondness for contradictory statements.
No, I had thrown my shoe out the window. I deduced this from the direction of the shards.
Extraordinary.
Alright, let's do it. Let's try it.
The words have already left your mouth.
Oh, do I have to? I don't want to. Can I take it back? I really don't want to say that.
What was that? That's not even how words are used. What did you say? Come on. Say it again.
Well, now we're all in. So...
No. You see, that's not what you said. You said... Come on, man. Freddie, please. One more time.
What did I say? Okay, so I did say I wanted to have fun. Okay.
Goddamn right you did. You crazy asshole, you. What kind of cop are you?
Yeah, fuck it. Let's go with it.
Has the time come already?
Let's see. Yes, we are mere minutes away from the total collapse of reality. Cops walking around with no memory of who they are, saying what I just said. The end can't be more than 2 days away. Yeah.
You're one intense cop. Anyone ever tell you that?
Yeah, I don't know why this stuff is coming out of my mouth.
Alright then. Looks like I should go and prepare for what's to come. And thank you. This has been delightful. I do hope it happens sooner. Otherwise...
Yeah. Otherwise what?
It's gonna suck for you later when you have to interrogate me.
Oh. Well, alright then.
And for the record, no, I didn't do it.
Okay. The year 51, if that's a current calendar. She left a nice long stub in the ashtray. It's still smoking. Okay. Can't do anything there.
The door is closed. There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on, somewhere inside. A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you.
We're gonna swallow it.
The door is closed. Still no answer.
Yeah, we're gonna leave. Okay. Let's go downstairs and see what we got. Got whatever that is. Person in a wheelchair. Someone in orange. Can we zoom out? Okay, we can. What is this? Where lyrics would be. A big old karaoke mic. Connected to the radio. Okay. What are you looking at, Mr. Oh.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul.
My soul's cubic content is obscured by the
Of course, at this point, precise measurements of your soul can only be performed from the outside. It needs to be heard. Through a PA system. By other people.
Damn it.
You should sing the sad small church song from that tape you found. Thought it was obvious.
Yeah,
No.
sing something happy.
Don't sing the happy song. It's stupid. Sing the sad song. It's profound.
It's profound.
You would need another copy of the tape first, though. The one upstairs is destroyed.
Alright, let's talk to this guy.
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. That was disdain in his eyes. Even now he's purposely ignoring you.
Oh no, you're a hero. A real hero cop.
Is that sarcasm?
Could the massive property damage upstairs have anything to do with this?
I think you're being sarcastic.
Am I? Or did you ride in, take the body down, solve the murder, and not trash my hostel room?
Yeah, that's no way to talk to an officer.
Oh, it's not? You're right. It's not.
He has no respect for you personally, but this man sees himself as a law-abiding citizen, and you a representative of that law. He tries to avoid outright conflict.
Let's look at the stuffed
A
bird.
competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. Something about it makes you feel bitter.
Ooh, there's a chance that I did that. Let's offer to help.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
Begin with that insubordinate tone.
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
Alright, let's ask him if he's the bartender.
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
He's very animated all of a sudden. This seems like a touchy subject.
What's the difference?
I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in.
Well, where'd Sylvie go?
She just, you know.
No, I don't know.
There's something there, and it's not good. That's all you know for now.
Okay. menu has been wiped clean. Only the word Monday is written on it. This is a water cooler, a large bubble rising to the surface. Oh, what is this? Oh, it gives me a health. I think I might need that, considering I've got 2 health. What happens in here? Soft perv and electric juicer comes from the kitchen. Someone is working. The door is bolted. A sign reads, "Kitchen served or reserved for personnel until 1300." Okay. Let's look at our journal real quick. We have a quest to sing karaoke. And we have completed finding our shoe. Sign reads, "Mess hall reserved for union members. Doors open at 1600. I feel like that's going to be important. This royal pinball machine is unplugged. Oh, it's a pinball machine. Oh, yeah, there's the flippers. Let's see what she has to say.
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
Okay.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this. But why?
Well, who is he to me?
He is your half-brother.
Oh. Okay.
Hello. I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
But he's my half-brother. Wouldn't he know that I'm from the 41st?
You realize he's waiting for your name.
But he's my half-brother. He should know my name.
This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize.
Okay. Let's come up with one then.
Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there are still many to go.
It's not time.
Okay then. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
Yeah, just talk to him.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
I'm aware I'm a policeman.
Right. And the interviews?
What interview?
At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice.
I have not. done
Okay,
this.
we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Dead body?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't like dead bodies.
Sure. But did you take it down from the tree?
No.
So, the body is still in the tree.
Yes.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight.
Oh.
We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. We all feel that way sometimes. There is no such thing as a police officer, I'm afraid. What remains is that there is a dead body in the tree. Someone has to figure out who put it there. If we don't, no one else will.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket has folded up his newspaper and is now tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's been waiting for quite some time.
I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the Citizens Militia on your sleeve and on your back. I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General.
What's the Inspectorate General?
Internal Affairs. And I'm not them. I'm from Criminal Investigation. Yes.
They're just white triangles.
They're not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Revachol West. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job.
Did he just say he wants to run me over?
You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I would advise you to locate it as quickly as possible, but getting the body down should still take precedence. I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now, but I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse.
Alright.
If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern. Talk to the manager. Then we go out back and take the body down.
Alright.
After you, officer.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
Alright. Let's look at our missions here real quick. We need to report our badge missing. We need to interview the cafeteria manager. And we need to inspect the body. And the only thing we've completed is find our other shoe. What is this? Oh, we have points. Alright. Tab. Let's talk to you.
Hello, sweetie.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer. You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin.
Aw, I really appreciate that.
You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
And they're away. What does that mean?
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
God damn it. How'd you like to roll with me? It's totally insensitive, but I feel like...
Whatever do you mean?
Oh, God damn it. This is a terrible conversation tree. What do I want to do? Nothing. I was thinking of lyrics. Wheelchaired partner in fighting crime.
Sequence killers? Oh my. But I think you already have a partner, sweetie.
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree. I can assure you with absolute certainty, there are no sequence killings taking place in Martinez.
Now, gentlemen, no need to squabble. I wouldn't be of much use to you anyway, sweetie.
Why not? 3 heads are better
Thank
than 2.
you, but Martinez isn't the most wheelchair-accessible place, you see. I'd slow you down. Perhaps another time. Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad.
She won't judge you, no matter what you say.
Oh my. You know where we are, right? That's right. And where is the Whirling in Rags cafeteria itself located?
The edge of civilization.
We're in the city of Revachol, dear. How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I. I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days. Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
Ooh. How weird do we want to get? Yep.
Perhaps, dear. Perhaps. But for now, it's just the spring of 51.
She is perturbed by your not knowing what year it is, but not by your mention of the apocalypse. It must be the end times. The lieutenant studies you, rubbing his chin. I'm beginning to suspect that you might indeed be completely adrift in this reality, thinks the lieutenant. How can it be that bad? Never mind. We're in this now.
Alright.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
Ooh. Under the cop regime. Let's go with some kind of democracy, maybe.
Nope. Sadly not. Revachol is what's called a zone of control, under an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have no government of our own, and what democracy we have is market-driven.
So if there's no government, how come there are
Oh
cops?
dear, this is troubling. You really ought to know that, being one yourself. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
So how
You
do I-
didn't do too well, dear. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places. Remembering reality, in a word. It's very odd.
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. While I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much.
She means this sincerely. Worrying won't do you any good.
Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
No. I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
What a dick.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez. Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
Okay. The reality lowdown. Let's zoom out a bit.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right? You're
Yes.
Oh, looks like I'm
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
the harbinger of ruin.
Are you kidding me?
No, we went with gold and orange. We're gonna let Kim say something.
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report the dead body. It was you who placed the call, yes?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Okay.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
Alright. Mr. Well.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective, I have everything. You?
Yes, he means, do you have questions for me, like a police officer would?
Well, where is the body?
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there.
And how do we
That's
get there?
easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then, to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
Does he want you to feel guilty of making that hole? It's implied in his voice.
I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job.
Did you kill him?
What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him. She went away because none of your business.
Mm-hmm. Second time you avoided the subject.
Oh my god, what is your obsession with this Sylvie person? Get over it.
Maybe it's he who's obsessed with this Sylvie person. Certainly sounds like it.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
No one is saying the multi-pattern necktie you found tied to the ceiling fan can talk. No one. It must be merely imagination. But
Let's bail! Time to push the eject button! Sounds like a responsibility! You don't like those!
My necktie just yelled at me. My necktie just told me to run. What the hell? What's real?
Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
Okay.
the IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe him some money.
Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right, money. You owe this establishment 130 real.
Okay.
Who does that clown think he is? Arrest him! No one is saying that! No one is saying that Ty can talk! That would be ludicrous! It's just that you should arrest him! It would be wiser! He wants to take your money!
Oh my god! What do I do? Shit. Give it a tell.
The lieutenant looks at you tugging on your garish tie.
If you don't have the money, it's okay. None of us are in this for the wages.
That's cop 4. I haven't offered to pay because I don't have any money either.
Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work. So don't try to tell me you didn't. That will be 40 real in damages.
It's not bad for a window.
Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually, more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30 equals 130 real. And yes, real is still money. What are you, a philosopher?
Actually, I might be.
Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room, or 8 bottles of potent blend, and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really. Are you serious? From your work? I don't know. You can take bribes, I guess. I'm sorry. I don't think cops can take bribes.
Some do take recompense, but only to survive.
For survival, to pay me. Unless you want to become a hobo. Do you want to become a hobo? There's nowhere else to stay in Martinez, and it's a cold spring outside. Money doesn't make you happy, but it lets you be unhappy for a while longer. If you run out of money, you die. It's like that for all of us. Me too. That's why I need you to pay me. I'm not an asshole.
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber.
Well, okay then. What does this sign say? Summer door closed for the winter. Oh, what is this? What have we got here? A bottle of rum has been knocked over. Beautiful dark liquid is spilling out. A man is sleeping at the table wearing mud-caked boots and rolled-down overalls. The back of his shirt reads Wild Pines, encircled by a logo with a tree.
On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine.
We're gonna pick those.
The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does.
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait. Use magnesium to heal your morale if you have morale damage.
No idea. Looks like he works for Wild Pines, the logistics company who owns and operates the harbor. Possibly because there's a strike going on in the harbor. There's not much to do aside from drinking and sleeping.
Ooh, yeah, let's wake him up.
There is only one way to wake this bone idol from his slumber. Roar like a hurricane. Rip the buildings from the earth.
Oh, I kind of want a primordial scream. Let's do it.
Why the yelling, man?
What 30-something man slowly lifts his head and gives you a pensive look.
Wait, what? I was just sleeping. What do you want, officer?
Officer, even after a rude awakening, this dock worker respects the police more than they usually do, at least.
See anything interesting in your dreams?
Thank God, no.
No. Was it a fathomless darkness into which we ought to be deferred, like corpses to a mausoleum?
The worker stares at you, his eyes dry from sleep. A web of wrinkles covers his tanned forehead.
I don't know what you're talking about, kind sir, but when I'm out, then I'm really out. No corpses, no mausoleums, just quality time.
That does sound nice.
A little me time in the abyssal pelagic zone. You can never return to it now. Only detective work remains. Wakefulness and detection.
That's the name of my employer. I work in logistics.
He doesn't sound too enthusiastic about this.
How's it going?
Some fingerprints glisten on the glass.
Haven't you noticed what's going on outside?
Of course, it's a total madhouse.
Good. Then you understand the gist of it. We would all be better off without the employers and their employment. For one, I could get some goddamn shut-eye. Right to sleep, I say.
Why are you sleeping here while the others are out straight?
Nate got it. Majoret's got it. He's guarding the gate. I'm just getting some sleep. Or was.
And who's behind the strike?
We are. The workers. The union. We know what we need. What's right for us.
So there's no leader?
Okay. I guess there's also Everard. He's in charge of the union. He's smart. Knows how to negotiate. He's got our back.
What about the dead body in the yard?
Yeah, what about it?
You seem cool with it.
You know, people die here every day. Someone's found in a ditch, another one falls in a manhole, a third one gets eaten by stray dogs.
Oh, those don't sound normal at all.
If someone has decided to die on top of a tree, then how is it my concern? I can tell you this. Trouble's ahead.
Oh, what trouble?
You heard what I said. Draw your own conclusions. That's all I know, and I prefer to keep it this way.
The lieutenant gives you a little nod, then makes a note in his blue notebook. So Union people think he was a killer, he thinks. Even Sleepyhair. This doesn't help a lot, but it's something. Good work, detective.
Indeed. Help yourself to some. Wait. No. Oh, it's empty. Sorry about that, pal.
The dock worker doesn't answer. His head is already back down on the table, in sweet sleep.
Alright, well, here we go. Heading out. Gotta go look at a body. Oh, what's this down here? A wheelbarrow. A heap of snow melts in this wheelbarrow. Fuck the police. Alright. Ooh, there's a person there. Pigs go home. Let's talk to you.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with?
You sound
We don't
surprised.
see a lot of police around here, that's all.
I've got some questions.
Of course. What can I help you with?
What's this fuck the police?
Excuse me?
She doesn't understand.
She's uncomfortable. Maybe you should drop this line of questioning.
Oh. Well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here.
What about the other side? Pigs go home. Who are these pigs?
I don't know anything about that either. As I said, I didn't write it.
Pig is a widely used term for members of the police. It's not loving.
No need to worry. We are not saying you did.
Okay. Well, I didn't. Since the street sign's messed up? Okay. What do you need? Oh, that...
Looking for a dead body.
That's right there. In the yard.
She's relieved someone has come for it. Finally.
What do you mean? Yes, sir. District of Martinez. This intersection is called Roundabout North.
He knows where we are. He just wants directions.
There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements. Not a lot, really.
Alright, what's in the east?
The harbor gates. Some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow the local politics. A fleet store, too.
What's in the south?
Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken, I think. Some kind of accident, probably.
And what's on the other side of the canal?
Just coast. There's a little fishing village there, and a fish market. But that got closed down ages ago.
Alright, and what's in the west?
It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. There are some islands in the bay, but they're hard to reach.
No, I think that's all.
No problem.
Who are you?
Me? I am just a gardener.
And what are you doing here?
I'm working.
Working on
I
what?
have a greenhouse in the yard there. I've been trying to get some work done.
There's discomfort. She stops mid-sentence.
But...
Well, as you already know, there's a corpse there, hanging from a tree. It smells pretty bad, so I have to take breaks.
Don't worry, miss. We are here to clean it up. You can get to work soon.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. My head is about to explode from all the salts I've had to inhale. Me? I am pleased to meet you too, officer.
Alright.
Of course. I won't hold you back.
Her gloves. You get the feeling that you need them. You have a dead body to deal with after all.
Yeah, let's borrow the gloves.
Sure, keep them. I have another pair.
Thank you. Clothes. We're gonna put on the gloves. Oh, yeah. Alright. We're gonna do that. We're gonna go look at the body. Let's go take a look. 1 second. Is there something here? Nope. Wrong button. Tab. Okay. What is this? Go look at those in there.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center.
Oh, okay. Leave that for now. What is this? Oh, there's a door. Letter R wears a crown. On the ribbon below, a light above descending. Let's open this up.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags. There's something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but still. The body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death.
What do you think?
Trash, food waste from the cafeteria. They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking in. Could be evidence too.
Yes, I feel there's something in there.
What do you mean, feel?
It's an extrasensory perception. Whatever is in there holds a special significance.
I agree. We should get someone from the remote viewers division here.
What is the remote viewers division?
All the detectives from all the precincts who experience extrasensory perception go to the remote viewers division. Their work is invaluable to the force.
Okay. What kind of extranatural abilities do they possess?
None, because they don't exist.
Oh, god damn it.
There isn't, but we should still access this container. We could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage, or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to snuff my shit out, I think. Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pig's come to take me in. I'm going away for a long, long time, Kuno. Going away for life.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
You don't want to fuck with me. I got my hands bloody. I'm not here, pig. You're not seeing this.
You can still see the top of her hat from behind the fence.
Smells like spoiled meat. Oh, okay. A human being decomposing.
Kuno's got this.
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it. He's almost exquisite in his ugliness, like a gremlin.
Like a gremlin.
Oh yeah, Nappa Gumpy, Kuno.
Can't talk, pig. Shit's coming up strong. Throwing rocks.
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous. You should hang out with this kid and see what that juicy shit is all about.
Yeah, Kuno, ride the lightning, Kuno.
Kuno's riding it, see?
The rake, Kuno. You should throw the rake at him, Kuno.
The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
We shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt such forces. You will see.
Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got.
Jesus Christ.
Shitload, pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno.
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not, I would ask them who he is, how he got there, and the usual.
You have no idea what the usual is. Just ask whatever comes to mind.
Kuno's fuck imp. Kuno uses the fuck imp for target practice. Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit. You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. Kuno wasn't regional. I don't know. Some fucking Mesk or I don't know. Some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fucking Night City. Yeah. Kuno didn't smoke him if that's what you mean. Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems pretty fucking suspicious to Kuno.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno.
You're testing Kuno's patience here.
Get lost,
Kuno doesn't fucking...
That's enough of that little shithead. The ladder's for kids. It wouldn't hold the weight of a grown man.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
Nope, we're gonna leave. Someone is trying to grow herbs in the greenhouse. Whoa, what is this?
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
What kind of boots?
Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails, all over the yard. Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Noted.
Alright, let's try to get a count.
What do you think you are? A super detective? You're hungover. These are just dents in the mud. No pattern emerges for the time being.
Okay. Winch mechanism has been oxidizing for some years. What is this over here? Let's take some of that money. And let's take some magnesium. What's this?
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old shack. Because it's nice and orderly, well-laid pallets, easy on the eyes.
Oh.
No, there's more to this. You get this strange feeling. Hard to say. It's gone now. Feelings pass, you see. Especially the small ones.
Okay. What have we got done? Oh. Okay, we're making some progress. Why can't I get back here? Okay. How do we get back there? How do we get up there? That's on the roof.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic. Hard to say. Your vision is blurred and you're having difficulty concentrating thanks to your relentless hangover. Cop habit. You look at everything.
That's fair.
This isn't case related, you think. The tire tracks were left here by an unknown event that took place some days ago. It's a message, written in the language of burnt rubber. Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front of the whirling in rags. This is point A. The driver started there, and then accelerated straight into the fence, left a hole big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry, according to the cafeteria manager. Why that pang of guilt again? The hole in this fence doesn't look that huge. He was exaggerating. People blame cops for everything that goes wrong in the world. This has nothing to do with you. As a matter of fact, you don't even know why you stopped here. You would never drive recklessly like this, and you don't have a car. The driver proceeded to back out of the yard, barely stopping before hitting the adjacent building.
Okay.
Before heading south. Must have been in a hurry.
You are correct. This is a rather motor carriage-friendly city.
Somehow that makes you feel scared. You don't know why.
I'm not sure. There are plenty of traffic accidents waiting to happen in Martinez. With the jam right here on the roundabout, I would keep them separate.
You could follow the track south. There seems to be a canal there. See where they went, if you find the time.
Going here. I think this is a good spot to take a little break. Gonna stand and stretch a little bit. And we will come back. Take a little breaky break. Alright, we're back. We're going to turn up some audio volume here. Hopefully that'll make some of this a little bit more clear to hear. So, to recap where we're at, we are this detective, and these are our skills. We have intellect, which is our capacity to reason. We have psyche, which is our power to influence others and ourself, apparently. We have physique, which is how well your body is built. And we have motorics, which is how well you move your body. And so right now, our key skill, which I don't think we can change, but our key skill is suggestion, which is my ability to charm people. And so what we are is... we are this detective right here. This... let me move here. There we go. This lovely looking chap right here who woke up in a bit of an existential crisis after drinking himself into a stupor. We are part of a police force. We are here to figure out why somebody is dead and then has been hung in the tree. And so that's what we're doing, while apparently also being a harbinger of the apocalypse. We have 60 currency, or 60 cents of currency. It is 10:20 in the morning on day 1. I don't know if day 1 really matters. And we are just talking to people like good detectives. So let's see what we can do. Oh, look at that. I can use the arrow key, or I can use my keyboard to move.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right? You run this place.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
Okay. I'm currently
fantastic.
It's like when you've left your band, but you haven't decided on a solo artist name yet.
That's wonderful, really. I think so. But there's a dead body out back. No one wants to work in these conditions. It's been a week.
Interesting.
Sir, I understand your concern, but we are here to do a job. And for us to do it, I need you to stay calm.
Yes, of course.
For a moment, the cafeteria manager fidgets under the lieutenant's gaze. Then he gives in.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene, but it also took you a while to call us. It was you who placed the call, correct?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
He looks behind a pile of coasters, finds a slip of paper, and hands it to the lieutenant.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective, I have everything. You?
Yes, he means, do you have questions?
Let's go.
Not so fast. You...
No one is saying the multi-pattern necktie you found tied...
Let's bail! Time to push the eject button! Sounds like a responsibility! You don't like those!
I don't know shit.
You don't owe me shit! Well, officer, you're right. You don't owe me shit, you owe me money.
We do not need to assert ourselves here. We only need instructions from him. This is the proprietor, remember?
He called me a something.
But you see, he didn't.
You know, I get this all the time. Some hobo comes in here, or some backpacking arsehole off the boat. The next day, when they can't make their fees, they get aggressive. I just never thought I'd be in this shit with a cop. Please, just...
Who does that clown think he is? Arrest him!
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then...
Officer, Maybe you are better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away.
You mean somewhere else to run up a huge debt? I don't think so. The union squeezed most places out of business to fund the strike. You're better off home.
I don't have
Officer, you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them, ask for assistance. We have to get this investigation started now.
Good luck.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it. But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere. You don't really know, do you?
I don't. Does this mean I'm homeless?
South, maybe. Doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
I traced the way back somehow to the exact street, the exact number on a building.
You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe.
Oh. Okay, what is this? Let's rewind. Let's trace your drunken steps back home. Jump across the raised channel bridge southwest of here, fall over, get up, get off the asphalt in 20 minutes, shuffle your feet through courtyards, scaring little children, go under the great raised motor track, the 881, until you reach Le Domaine Eminent in North Jamrock. The streets are frozen this time of year, caked with ice. Walk down Main to Perdition. There's a side alley there, and your footprints in the mud. Let's internalize that. Let's see what we get. Manager, alternatively, you could use brute force. Well, let's try to get him to give us a key. Again.
Can I help you? Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbours too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
I wonder what this feeling is.
Prod at him and find out.
It doesn't seem callous to you, guarding even your leftovers from the poor.
Callous? What are you, Kras Mazov? Almost all establishments in Revachol keep their trash locked. The Whirling in Rags is not special in that regard.
Krasmazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and a historical materialist. He was a leading figure on the Grad side of the Centennial Revolution, where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism, Mazovian thought, or Mazovianism. He killed himself.
No one was implying you were, officer. Where were we?
What do you need them for?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please. What thing? Yes, not the whole damn union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction. They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
Ugh. Paying. Come on, dude.
He hates the union, but grudgingly recognizes its power over him. So he's directing his frustration at you instead. Retaliate.
Let it go. You're above gratuitous baiting.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info.
How do
We
find
don't.
them?
We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even striking men. If not today, then they'll be here tomorrow.
Why can't I go into the kitchen?
What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business.
Maybe I am a cook.
You're not. You're a menace. Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the real cook is working. You can snoop around after that, if you must.
Something else I want
But-
to ask about.
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
Okay. So about the
Yes,
money
have you got it?
How much
A
do I owe
lot. A lot. For the room, drinks, and broken window, 130 real.
Let's talk
Like
about
what?
something else.
I was really enjoying talking about the money you owe me.
I'm gonna sing karaoke. Wait, I saw
Another thing. Great. I love
Nope.
those.
Let's talk about
Yes.
something else. Now I'm gonna sing karaoke.
Absolutely out of the question.
Absolutely in the question. First we find a sad banger. Then we sing this place to shit.
Such a terrible inside voice right there. Just, yeah. Goodbye. Alright, let's go open that trash compactor. And then let's look at our journal. Oh, low on morale, put points into volition. I don't know where volition is. We'll find out in a second. What have we got? We have a quest to pay for damages and a quest to find out who is in the union box. Where's volition? Oh, there's volition. Ooh. Hold yourself together. Keep your morale up. Our visual calc. Why is our conception at 4? Interesting. Our encyclopedia is at 4 too. And we are slowly. Oh wow, 5 hours to go on that one. All right. Let's come back here. This artwork is really beautiful and surreal. Oh, what is this? The logo of the municipality of Revachol.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, "Whirling in rags." With a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
Didn't I just have a premonition that there's something in here?
There is, but you won't like it. Sweat forms on your brow. Your hand is still on the lid.
Open it.
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Let's look under the boxes of carton. What? The boxes of carton.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. You've done this before. The movements are recorded in your elbows, the methodology in your fingers. You're used to this.
What, I'm used to dumpster diving?
No, searching for evidence in the trash.
Oh, okay. Well, let's dive
A
further.
box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below, and turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however.
Let's pick at the rags.
Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers.
Oh.
As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
Of course it does.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer.
Okay. Black bag marked evidence from his pocket.
Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or empty. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Something slimy catches your eye.
Reach for
A
it.
drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of ribbed shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that...
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force. Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
The fuck's he on about, kids? You hear that, Kuno? He thinks you're an infant or something.
See?
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container. It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, nothing. It's nothing. Nothing more to see here. What's this?
What?
A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something.
Okay, so one of the voices is telling us it's nothing, but the trash container is telling us that there's something in there. And that's why they're contradictory.
Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
Officer, is that your paperwork?
I don't know what it is.
It is. Look, the plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there.
Oh, well that'll come in handy.
If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash?
Great bloodletting.
What are you talking about? I don't know either. You should take stock of your notes. Make sure it's all there. Official notes contain informants' names. If some have fallen into the hands of the RCM's adversaries, bloodletting may well ensue.
Okay.
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your inventory and select the Interact tab to read your paperwork.
We'll do that in a second.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron. Only in its social sensibility.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
Alright. So we're going to open our inventory here. Look at our items. What can we interact with? Let's interact with the mug.
It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much.
We're going to leave it. Now we're going to interact with our notes.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Anything else?
There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you.
Thanks, Ledger. I appreciate that.
Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart.
Inspect the toilet paper, because we're a detective.
It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want.
Maybe it's kitchen tissue?
If you want it to be kitchen tissue, it can be kitchen tissue.
Thank you, Ledger.
It's not, though. It's toilet paper.
Thanks, Perception. Take it off.
Still wet, the toilet paper, I mean kitchen tissue, sorry, peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off your finger and voila. The Ledger now looks marginally better.
Yeah. Fuck you, Ledger.
An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip.
Let's touch that aluminium.
The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before.
Is this one of those hologram watermarks?
What? Yes, halogen watermark used for adding information to our same property.
Oh, halogen, not hologram.
It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
Okay.
Oh, not what I wanted to click on.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry sight.
Let's browse the white papers.
They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered with faint red lines forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible. Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Is that a good workload?
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes. 2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me.
I'm sure I made plenty of mistakes.
It's okay. We all make mistakes.
God knows I've made my share. He tries not to think of them. Like a fan of girls, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
There's a mention of a naming convention here?
Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name. A title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples.
Oh, and they're written in capital letters, too.
Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case. Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the Ukar Parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene?
No, I mean a non-numeric one, with titles.
Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does.
Why is that?
It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves.
I seem to have named a case the Square Bullet Hole Murders.
Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself. I pray his loved ones never find out.
What happened to him?
Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish.
Commit to paper.
Sadly, the ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It's unfitting of this monumental event. The ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil.
Oh.
It will do, barely. But...
Kim, do you have a pen?
The lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. 2 fat, shiny pens hang from the binder, like large caliber bullets on an ammo belt. It's downright incriminating. He has little choice but to give you one, although he really does not want to. He is not really saying anything, just standing there, looking at them.
Can I have one?
Know that I give this to you with resentment.
With this beauty. Commit to paper!
The tasks you've completed flow out of the blue oblong pen in a brash freehand uncannily similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple. A language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place.
Cross out the ones you've already finished.
A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
Kim, have you named our case?
No, actually. Any ideas?
The Furies are at home in the mirror. Now we'll go with the Hanged Man.
Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
Can I read the case files now?
Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB 41, then date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB 41120111700, the Next World Mural. Why yes, your precinct number is 41.
And HDB?
Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials.
Harem Darjan Benzakin.
Yeah, no. It takes about half an hour to piece one together using the system you've devised. Where do you want to start?
I can revisit this.
Not much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still sags from the clipboard.
Browse the yellow.
In the back, you see thin, translucent copy of paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red. all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out, according to type of form. 3. The topmost are misconduct fines, the middle ones are station calls, and the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of. You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work. A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields. These are quite sinister in tone. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing. A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs.
Enough of these.
Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper.
Alright, let's look at the clipboard.
It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back you see the embossed letters, RCM.
What color was it?
Blue. The blue heart. Don't look into it.
Shake the ledger.
Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment?
Let's find out.
The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center. With your hands, U4-sized pages hang from the clip screwed to the top of the board.
Let's open it.
The two sides of the board appear slightly misaligned, like a drawer that's come off its slides. If you bend the plastic on your knee slowly, the slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just,
slide the drawer.
Without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open. 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard.
Pick up the ticket stubs.
2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to the zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs extra. These let you go there too.
Ooh. Pick up the card.
Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, floral patterns, patches of glue.
Smell it first.
It smells of chewing gum, apricot flavored. A touch of cinnamon, the end of summer. You think the label says tutti frutti. Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. Looped, round letters in a woman's hand. A young woman in her 20s. There is care, effort, and a smile, you think. Although that is not something you can read from someone's handwriting. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy. Throw it away, please.
Keep reading.
Your hand shakes, holding the card. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest, down Voyager Road. Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late afternoon. when I get off the 42 and walk back to you.
Keep reading.
You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. You have a vast, vast soul, and I will always, always, always come back to it.
Well, we've gone this far. It's the only option left.
Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. Everything around you gets dark. Small white dots appear.
Well, shit.
You feel the ledger slip from your hand. No. Hold on.
Well, hold on.
To what? There's nothing.
Detective, is everything alright?
Well, I guess I gotta fall sideways. Shit, did I die? Did I just... The fuck?
There is nothing.
That's how it started. Am I starting again?
Again. Nothing sad, brother. No treachery, just blackout. Well, almost nothing. There is the ground below you, that's still there. And the small light that's on, fluttering, somewhere in the basal ganglia.
Who's that?
That's me. Blue eyes, that's me.
And who was that?
Who was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Even in the darkness, he's grasping for it. Still trying to hold on to the great sorrows slipping in the water. Slimy.
So apparently I didn't die? No, I was cool. I'm
The
cool.
cool when you're dead, brother.
Here in the paleo-mammalian cortex, we call it the shadow. Because it's always there.
Okay, where is Voyager Road?
There is no Voyager Road. There are no roads, no houses, no lights in the windows. It's all on pause.
What was that the X?
Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing.
Yeah, that.
Don't prod at it. It will start moving again. Bloated corpse.
Beautiful. Believe me, stupid ape. Its lack of beauty was not the problem.
Well, I guess we're just gonna lie there motionless then.
You think they would let you? Until you disintegrate into biomolecules? No. Someone is breathing on your face now, inspecting your pupils, stupid idiot.
What is that? It's cold.
Yes, they're pouring something on you. It's in you. And
It's delicious.
Thanks, perception.
Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness. The upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket. The air is thick with leatherworks and heavy fuel oil. Cold water runs down your chin.
Drink. Water.
Yeah, we'll drink it.
The water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life itself as it pours down your parched throat. The pounding in your head recedes. The darkness parts.
Drink. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive on alcohol alone? You need a secondary form of hydration.
Are you sure?
With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water. Some of it spills on the driver's seat. The lieutenant pays no heed to it.
What happened?
I should ask you the
You
same.
were reading your paperwork. Then you passed out. I carried you to my kinema to take you to a hospital. Then you came to. 10 minutes, maybe.
Came in contact with the burnt-out ruins of the past, Lieutenant.
That does sometimes happen. You dropped these. Are you okay to proceed?
Let's solve this case.
Good.
The Ledger of Failure and Hatred is a special item that can be used both as an interactable and a tool equipped in your held slot for skill bonuses. Find it under the Tools tab in your inventory.
The Ledger of Failure and Hatred. Let's get
Tremble.
weird.
The time is now. Ta'ola.
What time?
Time for the show. For Ta'ola. The hallowed time of fear and disintegration. A countdown has begun. All will collapse on itself. The world will disappear into a single grain of blackness. All sound will be muted. All life will scream.
What's that?
Ulogu Theodos, Xeno Zausin, Ipoli Osithian, Echondes Fronisin.
Uh-huh. When did the countdown begin?
Monday morning, the moment you arrived in this reality, are the first crack in the sheer face of God. From you it will spread.
Oh. That's good. So this is because of the insane world ending I've been saying, isn't it?
Yes, you spoke the words of the Palindropos and the houses of Pericarnassus. Items, people, even words will tumble. All will lose its meaning in the coming years. That is why you marked yourself.
Oh, I did I? And it's not just a joke or some kind of coping
It's
mechanism?
totally also a coping mechanism.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna opt out. That was a mistake.
Okay, yes. Maybe it is just the hangover talking. Or some kind of joke you're playing on yourself instead of working on the case.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see what we got going on here. Okay. And white morning. You see yourself from above. You've passed out on the blue tiles of the hostel room floor. Even from this distance, you can see your eyelids flutter. At the mention of what? A great white object, letting out its sweet smell like a lily of the valley. The little man's forgotten its name, but he still remembers the feeling. And look, he moves. The feeling animates him. He instinctively reaches out for the feeling's best friend, a bottle of Commodore Red. He puts on his disco clothes and gets smaller and smaller. Internalize that. Alright, so we got two things going here. What do we got over here? We put the clothes in the trash. What have we done? Oh, hey, we got more things done! Look, we opened a trash container, we found our paperwork, we read our ledger, and named the case. I'm so proud of us. We still have so much more to do. What do we got? We've got items. Oh, what is this? Ooh, a blue oblong pen. Okay. And we're going to equip that. We're not going to interact with it yet. We've got more cases to read. And can we level up? Oh, we can. Yes, we've leveled up suggestion. But let's revert that. Let's... Oh, what was it? What is half-light? Okay. We had some skill checks somewhere that we wanted to do that required something else. What is this? I think we required a point here. Yeah, okay. What have we got here? Oh, we've got a map. Okay. Mirror, the Hanged Man, footprints, and pile of something else. Okay, so let's see. We've got visual calculus, so footprints in the dust. Let's go take a look at that again. Let's see if we can do something with that now that we've got a point in visual calculus.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked, maybe more than 12. No, 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud.
Okay.
1. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 46. 2. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44.
Oh.
3. Hobnailed work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 43.
Okay.
4. Standard work boot, number 45 or 46? You don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart as it is. The cold must have preserved them. 5. Another standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 6. An aberration, light as air, even pace, same make of boot, but number 41. Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gait is undeveloped.
I'm pretty good at this, ain't I?
You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. Everything else has a thin film of unimportance on it, and the tracks burn in the middle of it, in a strange, beautiful way.
Count the rest.
7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. But the imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms. 8. And yet another standard work boot, number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole, however. The right sole is smoother, more worn.
Someone with a limp?
How many? I was pretty off then. I counted 20.
The same guys are going back and forth.
I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary? A woman? Or a kid?
I don't think there's any way to be sure.
Okay. How do you know?
He knows it's hard to discern sex from a person's gait.
I don't.
Understood. Anything else?
A heavy one.
200? Could it be the combined weight of 2 people, one carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built, soon-to-be-dead man.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
Possibly, yes.
An aberration. One soul is smoother than the other.
Interesting. Let's name it the old soul. Someone operating a workbench with a pedal, like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer?
He regrets it the moment he says it.
Yep, one of the people we're looking for is a drummer. It's like a huge freaking guy. Alright, he's a huge freaking guy, a serial crusher. He's a huge freaking guy.
No, it's not. Forget I said it. We are not looking for a drummer.
Alright.
Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out their right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right.
He doesn't seem to hear you, looking south toward the traffic jam instead. The machines are silent. The engines are all turned off.
We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no?
Mm-hmm.
A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller, who reported the hanging.
It is not impossible.
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Revachol. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed. They all stood in a row here and looked at the tree. An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite.
Ah, okay. I need skills in perception. Let's continue to run. He said he had tools in his car, so let's go back to that and get the tools.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57. Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion.
Thanks, Logic.
In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Oh, the fuel preheater gauge. Alright, well, let's pull out the toolbox.
A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into play.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work.
We're going to take a pry bar.
The pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand, heavier than you'd think. Useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids.
Let's take the chain.
The handles are long and sleek. Snap, snap, go the cutters in your hand. You can do good work with these. Cut chains, locks, and ropes, especially belts.
Oh.
It's robust, weatherproof, and well-made. Police issue, blue. Lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss.
Okay.
The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers and the radio on its hook.
Alright, now we're going to pick up the radio.
The frequency tableau lights up and the green button labeled Prime Line glows like a feline eye. And then you hear something.
Because we need... What do we got? We need to report our badge missing. And we need to call Sylvie.
The soft purr of electrical kittens, radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through the static.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you?
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st Precinct here. I'm putting him on.
Operating the radio is easy. Just be confident. You've probably done it 1,000 times.
Delta 10, this is Firewalker. Copy.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
You could swear she was friendlier with the lieutenant.
Under the green prime line, a yellow saved button catches your eye. You wonder what the lieutenant's default radio station is.
Let's get a hold of a civilian.
Of course. What is the number, officer?
Yes, hold on. Her number is 0005 1944 298.
Received. Hold on, officer.
My dogs are barking.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi slowly begins to tap a little rhythm with his right foot. Quite a lot of time has passed.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes, hello?
A female voice greets you through static. It sounds like she's a million miles away from here. Is the police calling? Or I believe we've met before. I seem to have some bad blood there at the Whirling Rag, so let's go with the police.
Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you?
You can hear resentment in her tone. She's not thrilled to be talking to you again.
What did I tell you? You quit your job. Why?
You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir.
Ooh. What the fuck did I do?
Let's just say I left because I needed to get away from someone.
Yeah, she needed to get away from me.
You know who?
You think you hear a sliver of accusation in her words.
Yeah.
Don't be paranoid. She's obviously talking about someone else, not you.
I really don't want to talk about this. Let's just forget about this, okay? Maybe, I don't know. I just know I have to take some time off right now. No, not me.
Why didn't you?
What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the union already knew about the court.
What does the union have to do with anything?
No one calls the police. The union would get angry.
What do you mean by that?
You know, what the union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here.
Legally, no. In reality, yes. Martinez is de facto policed by the dock workers union.
Words are not necessary to feel the lieutenant's discontent for the situation.
I didn't want to get in trouble with the others.
Push her further. Show her. No, don't push her. It sounds as if she's about to cry.
Yeah. What other?
The other people who live around here. Local people, I didn't want trouble.
Her voice is resigned and weak.
You don't live here. You don't understand. Squealing is frowned upon here. Everything is dealt with, well, by the union, internally. Please, I just didn't want any trouble. You do? Oh. What else can I do for you? No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the union's phone, or the one on the coast.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
Okay,
yeah,
question.
Go on. No, I don't know. It wasn't me. I haven't been out there since. I was terrified of the stench and the corpse. Well, you tried to jam it down the toilet, sir, clogging it completely. After I had unclogged the toilet and retrieved the paperwork, I threw it out in the trash, thinking you didn't need it.
Oh my god. That's amazing. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I am sorry about that. Anything else, Detective?
Nope.
I do hope so. Please, don't call me again. Bye.
No, she doesn't have a problem with you. It must be someone else she's angry about. Some other guy. Like Gart. Trust me, you wouldn't want to be the guy here. You know how it is. Yak, yak, nag, nag. No, you're the guy. You're Lieutenant Love, matchmaker extraordinaire. Help the poor girl out, lest she turns into a spinster. What misogyny? I'm just telling things the way they are. Can't a man be honest in it? You have to act, Lieutenant Love. You have to calm that hysteric down. Tell it you've got it. Think you can do that, Lieutenant Love?
I'm definitely not doing that one. That one's no, like that's uncomfortable just reading. I'm gonna refuse the love quest, although it's wonderful.
You're just a gimp. What? You want to be more empathetic?
Thanks, empathy. Yeah.
Call was terminated by the other party. Anything else, officer?
Alright, well... we need to contact about a
Just a second, officer.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in. Over.
A scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle, smoking, with a large white rectangle sewn on his vest. In front of him is a box-shaped apparatus with an array of wires and antennas. The radio switchboard. The man uses relay code. You got this. You're a cop, and cops know relay code.
10-4, message received. 10-5, relay message. What's your status? Over. 10-18, state your message, sir. 10-9, over. 10-4, message received. This is a very serious situation. I need to 10-22 the captain. Over.
Is it him? What does he want?
Says he lost his badge and needs to report it.
He what? He lost his badge?
He what? Sounds like Johnny Chiodini.
This is Communication Officer Jules Pidieux, sir. Over.
No,
Give me your partner. Over.
What is he saying?
What?
He's asking who you are.
I'm his goddamn partner.
Then why aren't you here?
It's your partner, Satellite Officer Wittmar, sir. Over.
Did he lose his memory along with his fucking badge?
The man in the background sounds like he's losing his patience.
Who lost his badge? Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
He says, fighting off laughter.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge. Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
He says this has probably happened to other policemen before him and laughs sarcastically.
Oh goddamn it! Is he fucking
like
kidding?
Alan Rickman.
The whole station's gonna be dicked for this.
Like that looks like Hans Gruber.
Satellite Officer Wittmar is wondering if you might be joking and adds that this tarnishes the reputation of the entire station. Over.
Mullen dicked us.
10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over.
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this. Dick Mullen lost his badge.
What's going on?
Super Cop here lost his badge.
He lost his what now?
His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
He asks you to please stop saying he lost his badge.
Why? Did he find it?
Damn it.
Sergeant Orson was wondering if you found your badge yet. Over.
You don't have a comeback.
Nope.
He's not replying. Looks like he's still looking for it. 10-9, come again. I didn't get that.
New heights even for Captain Sober.
Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his gun too. Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost your gun too.
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you?
Oh no.
No. It's gone. It's not fucking on you.
Don't sweat it, Bratan! You don't need a gun to have fun! We can still have fun! It's not all over!
Fucking necktie! Oh, the necktie is my favorite character, hands down. The necktie is amazing.
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. Over.
Lying over the phone? It's easy. Just say it like it's the truth. And then it becomes it.
He says he didn't.
Thank God for that. That would have been a nightmare. I don't even want to imagine the poor prick who has to relay that kind of news to the captain. Losing his badge is bad enough. Tell him to find it, and fast. We can't have some gangbanger running around with it.
We're all glad to hear you've not lost your gun, officer. You need further assistance. Over.
I need financial.
10-4, I hear you. I don't have the authority to grant your request, but...
What does he want now?
He's asking for money.
Is he fucking kidding?
I don't think he is.
Don't give that asshole anything. He's just gonna drink it all.
Right, that's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over.
Alright.
Anything else, sir? Over. Okay, 10-4, sir.
Wait. Before you say anything stupid, think it through.
I need information.
Be smart about this. Ask if he's there alone.
Why?
10-4, sir. I'm not hearing your question. Excuse me?
You probably don't want to continue on this road.
Come again, sir. I didn't get that. 10. That's a negative, sir. I got a 10-12. Visitors present here. Over. Well, that's,
Does he actually want something, or is he hell-bent on disrupting our work?
He asked if he ever told me about his days before joining the RCN.
For God's sake, cut this shit out! Tell him to stop wasting time and be a goddamn policeman for a change.
Sir, Satellite Officer Vicmar says... So, was there anything else?
No,
understood, sir. Over. Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
18 kilometers to the south, in the 41st Precinct's relay booth, a small crowd has gathered around Communication Officer Jules Oldboy Pudier, around a dozen cops. The small room is filled with cigarette smoke, abuzz with laughter, when Officer Judith Minot enters. Her left arm is in bandages, and her hair trimmed short.
What is going on here? Did something happen?
What happened is my partner made contact, and it's not good. He's lost his badge. He seemed confused, delirious even.
Mac, the torso Torson, is finger-fucking his fist, laughing hoarsely and apparently telling some dirty story to his partner, Chester McLean, near the entrance.
Yeah, Mullen was fucked, alright. Sounded fucking drunk to me.
Yeah, Mac's right. This was some gnarly shit there. I mean, before he started begging for money, it was
Enough! None of this is funny. It's fucking sad. That's what it is. He's a cop. He's one of us, goddamn this.
We must help him.
Huh?
Yeah? How do you fucking plan to do that, huh? Get him off the drink? Go jogging with him in the morning and get him on carrot juice? He's a lost man.
I just know we can't give up on him when he's at his weakest. He wouldn't.
Mac, man the door. You know what he told me? I don't want to get better. I want to get worse. Those were his words. This shit does not leave this room. Not a word of this to the captain. Or anyone else. We'll give him a couple of days to pull his shit together.
I guess I can hold off the report for a few days.
Good. Okay, everybody. Nothing but a prank call here. We all got our laughs. Now get back to work.
Far north, on the other side of the motorway, the officer quietly hunches with his hand in the motor carriage. The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so very familiar in your palm. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled heat.
There's no use pressing the heat button. It won't start without the ignition key.
Translation: we're not going anywhere right now.
Alright. Some great tectonic force has cracked the pavement like an eggshell. Alright, let's look at our journal here. Well, we can't get any funds from the station. It's unclear how you should go about finding a piece of plastic in a world as huge as this. Maybe you'll just stumble across it down the line. Yeah, someone must know something about your lost firearm. Maybe a district authority. Someone high up in the union. Or someone local who saw you with it before you passed out. The bartender. You could also ask the local pawn shop. And then what do we got over here? We got our tools. Yes. Chain cutters. Pry bar. Alright. Where do we need to go now? Let's head over here. Let's talk to this person.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
Alright.
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
From another planet. Hey there.
What's going on
It's the
here?
jam, my man.
What's the jam?
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating. An all-around clusterfuck.
Alright.
Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Upon days.
How long you been here?
Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Extravagantly phrased, but I can roll with it.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already.
Behind the laugh, however, a touch of sorrow.
So tell me, what do you need?
Can I get some change?
Oh. No, I ain't got any money. They don't want to pay for unfinished work.
They
The
who?
bosses, man.
I don't know who these bosses are. Sounds like a good arrangement for them.
Yeah, it sure ain't good for me. Or you. I'd spare a coin or two for a city cop down on his luck. If I had saved 4 myself.
Tell me more about this strike.
It's like whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands, no way in or out.
What's the union demanding?
Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too. Like a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up. Precise demands and so on.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
Oh, her. Maybe she's the light-footed one. Let's see here. What do you think
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching.
Alright,
Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do. Us lorry drivers. Camionneurs. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not that I blame them, really.
But not you?
Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing.
He glances down the road toward the horizon, a glint of something in his eyes.
He tries his best to look nonchalant, but there's a rigidity in him, as if trying to conceal something warm and deep beneath a cool exterior.
Yeah.
In his eyes, an unfamiliar longing, flecks of brown and gold. It's hard to say. His gaze wanders southwest, down the street that goes beyond the horizon.
Excuse me?
A flinch jolts his frame. The question has touched a nerve.
I felt something similar since I woke up.
Man, I don't know what to say. Not much anyone can do. There's no helping in absence, you know. I miss my family. They're all I have. My wife, second kid on the way. Waiting all the way in Diora. And here I am stuck in this shit, so far from home. Diora of the Seven Seas. It's on the other end of Le Caillou, pretty much. On another island called Laurentide, off mainland. We've got a little place there. Can almost hear my kid laugh when it snows. What's it like? Good. And bad. An ache that brings you joy. I think of them a lot. I dream up these silly scenarios in great detail of living with them. It comforts me. What about you, cop man? You missing someone?
Is that what it is? This feeling? No, it's scarier than that. You're pursued by a hunter, smelling of apricots and sorrow, and the past.
I feel for you, my friend. It's bad enough to know who you miss. Missing like that doesn't feel like it has much of an upside. But, thanks for this. It's nice to talk to someone, and I know it wasn't easy to ask. I hope you find your way through your own troubles.
Alright, now let's ask about the dead man.
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff.
Busy with what?
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs.
And your conclusion?
A sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees.
What are you hauling?
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Okay, what are you actually hauling?
Can't even get a few jokes past you, my man. I've got another haul of found cargo. Mostly sporting goods, tracksuits, and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grodd and the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately.
So nothing illegal then?
Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road.
That's your machine behind
This
you?
rockin' beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery?
A motor lorry, also called a camion, on Caillou and neighboring islands. This one looks roughed up enough to be some sort of found rust bucket. Maybe the A6.
Good eye, my man. Yup, she's an old one, but reliable. Me and her spent a long time together.
There it is again. A little touch of sadness beneath his cool. He thinks he's spent too long in this lorry.
We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy.
Alright, fine.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
Don't be a stranger.
What's over here? Oh. No? What can I... Nope, just you. Goods from the lorry haphazardly litter the surroundings. Alright, folks. I think this is a good spot. I think this is a good place to end it. So we're going to go ahead and give this a little save here. And I think this is where we're going to end for the day. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for showing up. Go ahead and hit that follow if you don't mind. We'll be doing more of these. We've got some painting streams, some video game streams, and here soon we're going to have some D&D streams coming up. And we're going to have an old Werewolf the Apocalypse stream. Those are coming up in the works. So stick around. Thanks for watching.